My name is Adrian Langley. I'm a wildlife consultant for the company Apollo Engineering, a genetics and research organization that has done the impossible. They have made living, breathing dinosaurs. I was called in to replace the last guy who has been sick for a very long time. My job is to observe and monitor assets, or animals, dropped onto an island we designate as Gateway. Today marks the beginning of the life of a triceratops I have named Bucky. First and foremost, I would like to apologize for the way that I sound. I have come down with a cold. But there's still work to do. So, here I am, doing the work. Bucky's journey starts in the central jungle. He's not too far from the River Delta Sanctuary. Technically, Triceratops is the first animal implemented as part of Project Apex, ignoring the Deinosuchus. This project is meant to introduce apex species into the existing ecosystem. So far, 3 animals have been introduced: the Triceratops and the Tyrannosaurus, and the Deinosuchus. Ever since Samson was stomping around on the island, rest in peace, 2 more species have been added to the island's ecosystem: the aforementioned Tyrant Lizard King and the insatiable Allosaurus. Dotted around the map are sanctuaries designed to allow babies a relatively safe place to get a jump start on their lives. Occasionally, packs of Trudons will get in there and wreak havoc among the juvies. Hopefully we don't have that problem this time around. Always on the move. Our animals have an accelerated growth cycle, growing quickly in the early stages of life and leveling out somewhere around the late teens. However, what would normally take decades in the wild only takes our dinosaurs weeks or months for the larger guys like Bucky. Remnants of the old facilities are scattered all around the island. Passageways through mountains, old outposts, research bases, enclosures for the animals, and supply bases are everywhere. Some still being used by our ranger teams. These old docks were used to bring in the animals and supplies. It also served as the operational hub for the Apollo Ranger teams and researchers. The northern plains used to be enclosed, but ever since the incident, it's left wide open for any wandering traveler to find themselves in. Allosaurus, an insatiable killer. He's prime too. That's a whole lot of dinosaur for our inexperienced trike to handle. They're not called the three-horned lizard for nothing. Those horns deal massive damage to any predator who threatens them. Makes them think twice about their next move. Bucky survives this time. Seems like the yellow might be back for round 2. This juvenile T-Rex has no idea what he's gotten himself into. All Bucky's got to do is buy some time. Normally trikes are herd animals. It's easier to go alone though. Safer too. think Bucky scared himself. A few days have passed, and in that time I did some digging. Picking through files, turning a few heads, trying to find anything I can about Project Tartarus. Everything's locked up so tight, though. It's proven to be a difficult venture. Part of me worries this might be why the last guy has been sick for so long. I have to be more discreet. One of the most populated areas on the island, the highlands take up much of the western coast, providing one of the largest migration zones in the area. Herds of herbivores traverse the landscape to munch on the plants that grow here. Where there are herbivores, you can bet the carnivores aren't too far behind. That's a Gallimimus. That's the fastest biped on the island. These guys are omnivores, meaning they eat plants and meat, mostly being crabs, compies, and other small critters and fauna. Nothing too big. After spending a couple days in the highlands, it's time to move on. Food is scarce, so is space. Leaving behind the herds of Maiasaura, Stegosaurus, and other triceratops, Bucky heads further south. I wonder what killed that Myosaura. The ever-elusive Dilophosaurus. Typically, these guys are nocturnal hunters. Hard to come by during the day. Some friends. Finally, a fully grown adult, Bucky has reached his prime age. Bigger, stronger, slightly faster. He is now a force of nature very few animals can challenge and walk away from. I am sure that feeding 3 fully grown triceratopses is a mission. These guys are going to have to constantly be on the move, searching for new migration zones to vacuum through. Not just used for defense, triceratopses also use those horns for play fighting. And dominance fights, but I don't think that's what's happening. Bucky has discovered mud. Bucky has now officially done a complete rotation of the entire island, starting in the central jungle, looping all the way back around to the river delta. Last time he was here, he was no bigger than an Alaskan Malamute. Now he's the size of a school bus. Waking up alone isn't the worst thing in the world. More breakfast for Bucky. These days, Bucky spends most, if not all, of his time in the room. I know, it takes a lot to fuel this 12-ton behemoth, but oh my god, can you please do something else? With the scent of food on the wind, Buck heads west. Large pack of ceratosaurs attempted to take down a T-Rex. Bold. Stupid. Bold. And they might, who knows, they might win. They might. Back to South Plains. Now that he's alone again, he should be able to maintain himself on the plants that grow here. The Southern Plains are home to the Pit, a massive enclosure dug out into the ground. What it was for, but conspiracy theorist in me? He believes it had something to do with the Tartarus project. I don't know what, but I'll figure it out. Looks like Bucky's call invited some challengers. A pair of allosaurs came to answer it. saved by that pair of subadult Rexes. Seems like these ancient adversaries have stepped in to rescue him. Unintentionally, I'm sure. The Aloes and Rexes went off about their own business. They left Bucky here to heal. And eat to his heart's content. But he isn't alone. The showdown of a lifetime right here. A battle 67 million years in the making. One of the most famous and oldest rivalries to have ever existed. Oh. Well, that didn't go the way I expected it to. What does this raptor think exactly is going to happen here? Can Bucky just have one moment of peace, please? It's just been fight after fight after fight after fight. God. I mean, yeah, it's better than him just walking around eating, but... I mean... Still, you know? I feel bad for the guy. Oh, nailed him. Sidestep, juke, get him in front. Boom. Good move, Buck. What is going on here? That's a pair of adult Rexes. Prime ones too, it looks like. This position compromised, they swiftly moved their family to a safer location, scared of what Bucky might be capable of. Another track across the lagoon. And another raptor on this side. At least this one's smarter than the last one. Dinosaurus has been pestering Bucky and Cappy for the last 6.5 hours. Is he ever gonna get the hint? Finally, he gave up. Whoa, was that Prince? No, it is not. Beach is popular today, huh? once more, this is the perfect opportunity to vacuum up all of the food in the area. Time for a nap, dude. Looks like for Bucky and for me. Time for breakfast. Pachycephalosaurus, the bone-headed lizard. Using its 9-inch thick bone-domed skull as a battering ram on friends and foes alike, though it was mostly just used for fun or dominance displays. These fields have dried up. Between Bucky, the Packies, and a small herd of stegosaurs not too far away, there isn't much left to go around. Most of Bucky's life is just him eating. Gotta keep the bus fueled, I get it. I really do. But for a few months now, I've just been watching him eat. Every day. All day. Sun up, sun down. Munching. Old man Bucky, training the next generation of Rex killers. Almost enough to make a grown man cry. Our little Bucky, all grown up, passing on his knowledge. Gateway is home to more than just dinosaurs and old Apollo buildings and scrap metal. It was once home to a now dead volcano. The caldera hosts trees and a few small ponds. Suppose dinosaurs find their way in here. Make this place their home. Safe place where they can raise the next generation. Overly eager, our younger friend charges at the Rexes in an attempt to establish his dominance over the area. Bucky had to rein him in. It has been 2 very long days of eating, sleeping, and more eating. Bucky's getting old. I know he doesn't have the energy he used to. Bucky rises from a deep slumber, only to find his friend lying dead next to him, killed in his sleep by a pack of opportunistic raptors. Bucky will make them pay for this. This thick fog makes it nearly impossible to see these raptors coming. Rex has joined the fight? Oh, this isn't good. This fight's no longer in our favor. Good crushing bites from that Rex. Triple Bucky. Exactly what happens. Bucky's body and legs are broken. His defensive capabilities are completely destroyed. Only luck will save Bucky now. You with him now? up. No matter the outcome, Bucky put up a fight. That wasn't the way this story was supposed to end. Well, it's what it is. Life on Gateway is cruel, but beautiful.